Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're here in the Golem hunting for Triglavians. We found a system called Hutakin, and here we've got some pretty intense Triglavian activity, so we're going to continue hunting Triglavians here, see what we can find, see if we can find some death spawns. Those are the things that give me the adrenaline rush when using the Golem. We have got loot from previous runs. We can see here, got quite a bit of ISK, the 87mm ISK that got previously. So we'll dump this in the station. We've got this structure here. And we'll go and undock and get to work. To be honest, it's not probably a good idea that I'm dumping all the stuff in the structure, because I mean, whatever would happen if someone destroys it, it would go into LOSEC and go into like an asset safety station, I think. So probably actually it's better that we just put stuff in a regular station. I'm not exactly sure how it works. We'll go check here. Okay, we've got some Triglavians up and running. Where are they? Where are those scrubs? Put the angle to 5 degrees. Where are they? Okay, there seems to be stuff at Hutakin 2. Warp to location. Activate multispectrums. People have been using golems in a combination with I can't remember what the salvage ship had. I think it's called Noctis. Yeah, Noctis. To salvage stuff really quickly. To be honest, I don't think it's necessary, or at least I don't see the investment being worth. Ooh, that's a lot. This is exactly the stuff I'm looking for. These big spawns here. I don't think it's worth it, because I can just salvage stuff just fine by myself, and you have to then think of it like this. You're investing in a whole Omega account to be able to do that, and it will obviously save you a bit of time, but I feel like you could almost have, if you were to have another Omega account, maybe better to just use, 2 golems instead, perhaps. What do I know? But to me it just feels fine doing everything solo. But I can say, however, if you are doing sniper style Triglavian hunting, then it would definitely feel a lot better to go with Noctis to alter there, because the salvaging is a big bottleneck in terms of your ISK per hour completion time, or the completion time of the Triglavian encounters. Because when you're brawling, everything's really close, it's very easy. When you're sniping, then everything's really far away, so it takes a long time to gather all the loot. So there, Noctis can benefit a lot, because it's going to be able to have the tractor beams that are able to track in stuff from really far away. I'm using range just to take care of these Leshaks very quickly. Probably want to go for the Vedmax. These seem like they're asleep. Boring. Triglavians, stop being so boring. Why are you falling asleep? We can get Drekavac. These Drekavacs both don't seem to be ones I want to keep. Ghosting, definitely do not want to keep him. Renewing and anchoring, not too keen on keeping them. Probably the anchoring I'd want to keep more. The renewing is going to be annoying. It's just going to make everything and get more HP, but the anchoring also I don't want to have, because just in case we want to for some reason warp off, then it's going to be just a bit harder. And those kind of situations, we don't want it to be any harder than it already is to warp off, because if we need to warp off, that is a really intense moment then, because that means the Golem's shields are failing, and for the Golem's shields to fail, you have to have a really extreme amount of NPCs. I've never come to a point where I've not been able to tank stuff as a Golem, so that point has not been reached, but I can imagine that point being really big. We're talking about more NPCs than the entire overview. Let's grab some of these wrecks. Seems like the missile's not hitting that Vedmac too well, so we'll switch over to Caldari Navy. Take out that Vedmac. Right now the ghosting Drekavac. Oh, that's a ghosting Drekavac without a Razdamok prefix. It's going to take a bit of time to get through. He's going to be a tanky boy. Wonder actually how less tankier are the non-Razdamborg ones compared to the Razdamborg ones? Because I know the non-Razdamborgs are tankier, but I don't know how much exactly. We can check. It seems like their resist profiles are the same. Okay, that's interesting. Resist profiles are the same, so it must mean the absolute HP is different. We can check. Yeah, Razdamborg Drekavac. Go and check out the Razdamborg Drekavac info, and then we type just Drekavac. Let's say harrowing Drekavac. So they seem to all be sleeping. They're all sleeping, these guys. Boring. Okay, so we can see here 9k armor, 4.5k, 1.75, 5.5k structure. So basically straight up half the tank. Half the tank basically. When you're going for the Razdamborgs. That's why they feel so much less tankier than the normal ones, because they just got half the amount of HP. Same resist, but half the amount of HP. Probably should use our drones too. Extra DPS, you know. Kiki, take out that Kiki. I'm surprised none of them are attacking us, because usually when the Triglavians are sleeping, I find that, okay, they start attacking me a little bit, you know. Like a few of them attack. But here, nothing's attacking. They're all just sleeping on their lunch breaks, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're up to, these Triglavians. Seems like this is going to be a simple extraction of loot with these Triglavians, because they don't seem to be wanting to do much. And these planets look so cool in the background. I love how the Triglavian encounters, they always encounter outside of planets, because you have such a nice background. You see the planets in the background, it looks really cool. And they also occur very close to the planets, so you can see the planets in pretty great detail as well. It's not like you just see them in the distance, but you see like the landscape and the weather effects on the planet as well. Doesn't seem like we're going to get any big spawns here, unfortunately. Could also be the system's wormholes is despawning, because when the Triglavians eventually, or the Triglavian wormhole despawns, causing the Triglavians themselves to despawn, usually stuff starts to move less, and then eventually they just warp off. I was saved once when I almost lost my Kronos. Currently I've still got it because I wanted to like keep it as a memory, but there's a Kronos I was using that was really expensive, and I faced the Triglavians, and there was an extremely big wave. I was going to die any second, and I was like in structure, and just about when I was about to die, the wormhole despawned, and all the Triglavians, they flew away. It was really amazing, like the way that they just flew away. I was like, wow, saved by the bell, basically. Okay, so we've got some more on the scan, you can see. Let's grab all these guys. Take the salvages. Spread out those drones, get maximum salvage capabilities, or reduce the amount of travel time between the wrecks. Have got anything interesting here? Or just basic elements so far after this? I really want to find those minor conduits we found before. Not sure if it's possible, if we can see if we can Google something. So like Eve Online minor conduit 2020. Minor conduit, you can see here, okay. Combat anomaly is found when a system is either leaning towards the Triglavian collective or even conforces. It's harder and more advanced version of the emerging conduit. 5 waves. Okay. But the thing is... But the thing is, this is like old. I think this is all this stuff that we saw before. The Triglavian invasion. Okay, at least salvaging is, and I can't really find any info. I really want to know what is the deal with minor conduits currently in 2022, because I don't know how you can find them, what you can expect. I feel like you find them in the Triglavian minor victory systems, but apart from that, I'm not sure what you have to do to find them. You can see if we do the warp to tab. Hutaken 5. Okay, let's go there. External factors. This is Hutaken 2. Oh, it's because of the Bastion module, that's why. Because sometimes when a planet is really close and you try to warp to the planet, you can't, because it's sort of considered that you're at the planet, even though we're very far away. We're still considered that we're at the planet. We're going to see if we can destroy the Triglavians, and then we'll see if we can actually mid-wave. If we take out all the Leshaks, we can sort of pull out, because it'll be quite cool. Say you destroy all the really important wrecks, and then just feel like, oh, okay, you know what? Oh, there's a lot of Triglavians here. I feel like you feel like, oh, okay, I'm done here. I feel like I'm done here. Then I can just go and just take out the Triglavians. Oh wait, they're all running away now. Could it be that the wormholes despawned? No, I think they're just warping to a different structure. Okay, this looks like a very juicy fleet. Let's go take out these Leshaks at least. Okay, let's go for these guys here now. They seem to be active as well. That's good. Okay, this is the kind of stuff we wanted to find. Not those kind of asleep fleets. They're really boring. Save this, mobile tractor unit, get the DPS here. Why did that other fleet warp away? That was a bit boring. It's nice to see lots of fleets. Let's take out this Rasnaborg starving Leshak. Because it is actually, it's not too difficult to warp away from these Triglavian fleets. It feels like it's impossible, but as long as you just target with the scramblers, you can actually just warp up pretty easily, and it's not too difficult to take out the scramblers because there's not usually so many. Because in many event sites in EVE Online, like these Guristas events they have, and just events since 2019 onwards, they've added a lot of EVE to NPCs, like with the Abyss, etc. And many of these live events, I noticed that they tend to have a lot of scramblers, like basically every ship scrams. There it's impossible, almost impossible to selectively take out the warp scrambling ships, but I feel like here in the Triglavian invasion, or like Triglavian hunting, you're usually able to actually do it, even though it doesn't seem, it feels like overwhelming, like, oh, there's a whole fleet there, I'll never be able to take all the scramblers, but it is actually possible. I have done it before. You can see if we can try this here, if this fleet keeps on going for a long time. Because you can see you can like just take out all these, you know, big stuff, take out the good loot, and then after that we just go for the small stuff if we have enough time for that. Let's go for the Salvager. Go for this one. Because the Leshaks tend to have the most amount of loot. They're the biggest salvage, more materials you can gather from the hulls, and also they tend to drop bigger loot, I found. Well, there's a Tyro over there, but he's probably going to one of the gates that are close. Oh, you can see we've got reinforcements. Oh, look at that, we've got Leshaks now. Let's take all the big stuff, and it's good to actually focus on the big stuff, just generally speaking, because they do usually the most amount of DPS. The most amount of DPS comes from the Leshaks, followed by the Vedmax, and then Drekamax, I think. The Blinder here, for example, could be a very good Nosferatu source. I can put them down here just so we don't mix them up. Maybe put the Rex down here. And look at that drone, he really is annihilating that Danvik over there. Also something, remember we looked before the HP differences of Rastenborg and non-Rastenborg. There's actually a difference that I forgot to mention that I don't think we can see it. Maybe we can see it there, but it's easier that I just show it here. So that, we can't really show it, but usually the ones that are non-Rastenborg are faster. You can see this Liminal, for example, he's 300 meters a second. Rastenborg Kikimura is 182. Like, the Rastenborgs are usually slower. So they're both weaker in terms of tank, but also they're slower. So it's going to be easier to take them out fast. You need to be salvaging, not just idling with this salvage. The salvage can make a lot of money by using it all the time, if you actually use it. Okay, it seems like we've got a bunch of small stuff spawning in. It is, however, pretty difficult to salvage stuff while you, I say we would want to just like, okay, you know what, let's go, and just, but then it's hard to salvage stuff because you salvage stuff the quickest by using the salvage drones, otherwise you're just going to be using your onboard salvage and it's a bit slow. In that case, you're probably going to be wanting to focus on the Leshaks only. I wonder if you could use smart bombs for this, because you would be able to take out the Danviks and maybe even the cruisers very easily, but you wouldn't be able to take out the battleships. But Danviks would go down really quickly with smart bombs. I guess they would be kind of useless if they're not, if they're far outside the smart bomb range. You can maybe have a few snipers at long range. The Eden conscripts are pretty good because they can have all their targets just bounce off of each other. Okay, got 4 million loot here. A lot of NPCs, a lot of NPCs. You can ignore this small stuff. Maybe the Ghosties could be good to take out actually, because it's going to be annoying to have to deal with them when we're not able to take out the small stuff due to them being so many guidance disruptors. As you can see here, there's a ton of wrecks. If we wanted to just leave it, it's just going to be a complete waste if we don't take all the wrecks. Usually just best just wait until you've done them all. That is a bit of a downside to Triglavian, because it's not as easy to like just pause in the middle of everything, but it also makes it a bit of like a dedication and gives a bit of value to it. It makes it a bit more difficult, you know. So everything in the Abyss site, you know that you're going to have to be there that whole like 15-20 minutes, however long it takes for you to take out the Abyss site. It sort of gives a level of sort of seriousness in the activity as well. I like it in a way, but it also is a bit annoying at the same time. Yeah, look at that, all these Triglavian frigates. Ton of them. Cruisers and everything. Caldari Navy, absolutely annihilating them, no problem. We're also salvaging pretty fast too, I'm happy about that. Very satisfying seeing it just go progress so quickly. Liminal Damavik is a bit more difficult compared to normal ones. Look how quickly we're taking them out. The waves just diminished so quickly. I'm over-repping so much, don't need to do that. keep seeing people, you know, there's a caracal here. I don't know if you can tell, but caracal here fading in and out. It has to do with it. There's a gate, I think, because there's warping in and out. So for like a brief second when they're warping, you can see them. Same way we saw like a cargo ship before as well. Grab all these wrecks, come on. Oof, there's so many NPCs. Look how many wrecks there, just covering the whole screen. I wonder how much this is going to give me. I'm guessing at least 100 million disc in total. Oh, more. They never stop, these guys. Endless Triglavian waves. Endless, endless, endless. Got battleships here too. Probably should switch over to Rage. Go for Rage. Oh, look at that, potato ores. Oh no. This is a guy who took one of my MTUs once. I think it was the one we fought. Trig hunting MTU killer. He's destroyed some of my MTUs. I don't know where it was from. I think it might be when I was doing sniper style with a paladin. Oh, okay. He seems to have taken some of our wrecks. Okay, let's grab all the stuff. He wants to take all that. Yeah, he wants to take our MTU. Let's grab our MTU. There you go. He's just taking our MTU. Important that we take what's ours. Well, we've got someone interfering with our Triglavian business here. See if we can retrieve our drones and pull out, because I cannot be bothered to have to deal with people like this. But cool, potato ores are here again, messing with our Triglavian invasion, messing with our Triglavian operations. At least he'll get some Triglavians to farm. See if we can warp out. Yeah, this guy, he was causing some problems before. I'm not sure if it was him, because I'm mixing up. I did have someone who was getting angry and destroying my MTU, me Triglavian hunting, but then I also did have some people who were destroying our MTUs when we were doing sniper style Triglavian hunting, like afterwards when we were done. Not sure who it was, but we at least got a decent amount of loot there, I think. And we were completely stacked up the whole cargo hold as well. So we got 68 million, we could potentially get a lot more. I might have to salvage that another time, because that was a lot of loot. We've got the bookmark saved here. But I think I have to go for now, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy about that. We destroyed so many NPCs, and I feel like it might be a bit of a waste to have to. It's not going to be so nice having potato ores go around. He's going to be shooting at MTU. It's going to be a bit less stressful, I feel. So I think we're going to have to call it a break. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.